Not all of them will, right? So that's kind of important. I think that's really interesting to see. I want to get big bets risking. This is a big risk. Like, this game is, no one's done that. And it might not work, right? But like, they're trying it and it's totally untested waters, and either it'll work and we'll learn a bunch of shit, or it won't work and we'll learn a bunch of shit. But the whole industry, every game is better for them taking this risk, including themselves as developers. Like, everybody's going to win here as a result of this. And that's it. You sell that to China sponsor? You think that it's a sellout to go and cover a video game inside of the industry just because they're from China because you're a racist? Wow, you suck. I'm glad to ban you. Get out.
3 months, we were launching 3 different things. In August, after the first season ends, once human will introduce the scenario tags. So you will firstly have 2 tags to choose, which will bring the...
Anyone comes in, just let me know if the currently watching stuff is too loud.
Elite bus, it will change the gacha pool and also the deviation. So the gameplay content will vary quite a lot and give you more fun in building a different stream, and you can create a new story. And there also be a normal and hard mode for the 2 existing scenarios.
So that's cool. One of the things I found is that the game was too easy. Like, way too easy. And it was because they started us all off on like normal mode and there was no hard mode. Hard mode sounds compelling to me. I would be interested in that. I am very interested in that. Cosmetic is in a loot box, so it costs you $300. There's no loot boxes as far as I've seen. We've never had a loot box. You just buy stuff. Do they have a loot box? Is that what it is? I haven't seen that. I don't think so. I think it's just came to me in a dream shit. But yeah, no, I'm really interested in that. I'm really interested in a hard mode because that game was way too easy. Way too easy. I just walked around popping heads, right? So like, we'll see how that works.
The many bus and also the evolution score. Players will face tougher survival challenges for the
new skin is loot box, so there is a loot box.
I'm gonna go with this one.
You've got a link.
Who want to challenge yourself and think the
hard mode didn't make the game harder, nor did pro. Are you already playing it? Is it already out?
Game was too easy. Yeah, your time is gone. And
they read it today. I'm gonna look into it.
You could still choose to play in the newbie mode. Maybe creating a new character. Yeah, but I wouldn't choose that. That will be a huge loss for me.
Yeah, probably.
Is this from NetEase? Is that an indie game? No, it's not an indie game. Never said it was.
Join it together, and you guys jump into the new server together, new season together.
Wow, that's just a reborn. Yeah, that's a new me.
Yeah. So next time I'm gonna introduce the next scenario. So at the end of the September, we'll introduce a new scenario called.
Let's see. We've got a game news update. Shop Lightforge loot crate rules and drop rates. Each time you purchase and open a loot crate, costs 1 Siderite, price of which is 160 Christians. The first 10 purchase inside of each loot-themed loot crat. I got a typo. That's not great. But at a 50% discount, 80 Christians. Is this all cosmetic loot boxing? I don't like this system, generally. Yeah, it's all cosmetic. So, like, I don't generally like this system unless you're getting it. Like, I'll give you a good example. Overwatch 1 did this very well. Division 2 did this very well. And the reason why is every time you gained a level in the game, you got a free one. Yeah, that was nice. I don't understand the currency conversion for this. It's very complicated for this. And it's all cosmetic. I forgot they changed it. Unused Siderites and Lightforge relics will be retained and available to all characters in the same account. You can use them to redeem and open more Lightforge loot crates in the future. How do we get these? So once you have a dope game to play, I had fun with it. They're trying to find their place. Guarantee you get a Lightforge crate within every 30 loot crates, and the collection cosmetics won't be duplicated? Okay, so you can't get a duplicate. That's good. That was always one of the problems with that. Like in Overwatch.
Give me 1 second.
Duplicate, it would like melt it. Once you draw a collection item, it will be removed from the prize pool, and the drop rates of other remaining items will be raised proportionally. On drawing a Lightforge collection item, the pity drop counter will be reset, as you are guaranteed to get another Lightforge collection in the next 3 clicks. It's just cosmetics. It's all cosmetics. Okay. I wish there was a way to earn this in a free-to-play fashion. The reason why is when you are offering something like this, you want the players to feel comfortable enough where they're like, I feel like I'm getting good value, I get to engage with the systems, and now I'm interested in spending money to support what you're doing. I don't know what Siderite is. This is one of the problems I think the game is running into right now. They have currency expansion happening, right? I don't know what a Siderite is. I think I know what a Christian is, but like this is too many currencies, right? Yeah, they're like $3 per loot crate. I don't like 12 different currencies. I agree with that. I think it needs to be very simplified, right? Why not make the loot crate cost 160 Christians? I mean, that's exactly it, right? So like it costs 1 Siderite, which costs this. It's very complicated, convoluted for that. more than 2 currency equals annoying. I agree. Yeah, so like I think that'd be the piece of feedback that I'd give is like it'd be cool to have a free-to-play option to get to this, and then players would feel more comfortable about it, and maybe they want to complete the set by buying extra, cases, because they have to sell stuff for the game to exist. It's free to play, right? They have to do something for you guys to want to spend money on it. But I do think that there are ways to lead that in where it feels better for the free-to-play player. I do think that's a good thing. I think that this many currencies gets convoluted and it gets like, do the math. I just want to shoot zombies, so I understand that's gonna, it's too convoluted. So that'd be the feedback I get. It's pretty convoluted.
Prisma's verse clash. In these scenarios, players will be divided into 2 factions, Mayfly versus Rosetta. If you guys check our official website, we have listed a picture of the coming scenario. So basically, you need to choose a faction at the beginning of this scenario. Once chosen, you will survive as a member of Mayfly or Rosetta throughout the whole season. But I'm kind of curious about one thing. Can players from different factions still be friends? I've noticed a lot of players like to team up with their friends in Once Human. What if they, different factions? Can they still be friends?
Of course, like nothing can harm your friendship.
It's very
some
staged.
of you maybe want to be the Romeo and Juliet. So players from different factions can still aid each other as friends. And
Did they remove the spyware? There never was any spyware. You were just repeating talking points off of Twitter because you don't know any better.
What business do I have?
However, to
Such a
maintain
mess,
a
dude.
realistic
Y'all are
experience,
expecting me,
we have
bitch.
applied some restrictions. While players from different factions can be friends, they cannot share permissions, they cannot form teams, or they cannot join the same hive. So, highly suggest you guys to choose the same faction with your friends. Maybe you can make an appointment before you choosing it.
Yeah.
Say it's probably more staged because language barrier. I agree. I think that's much more difficult. It's very, very, very tough. Why do people think it's spyware? The reason why they think it's spyware is because a number of people claimed that it was because China. There's no actual reason for that. The terms of service itself states that they are only collecting data when local laws make that mandatory. And the reason why this is important to understand is because that's like that for every live service game. All of them. Because local laws in South Korea and China require you to tie
I'll
your
probably
license to your game
what
account.
are they called?
For those regions and not for any other regions. So they put it in the
Remain in the hand
specifically
discipline.
stating that it's
Yeah,
for
I'll
local
probably do
laws.
some of
And
these
they're not
tonight.
They never ask for this because they don't need to in your region. Doesn't make it right. That is a government law. The game company is not going to go against it. It's the same in World of Warcraft. Are you protesting World of Warcraft for it? No. The only reason to protest this game over that is because you're a racist and you hate China. That's it. That's the only reason. There's no actual reasoning in reality for being mad about this game having the same terminology in it, specifically because it's a live service game. It's just
I don't want to
there's nothing outside.
forget how you get
Go
your
and read the
first
TOS
mount.
for any live service game, you'll find the same shit because it has to be there.
I'll look it
Because it's
up
a
real quick.
Issued law in all of those regions. This Twitter brain take, dude.
I'm enjoying the same hive together every season. Gonna be fun.
Yeah.
Okay, so what are the
Excuse
differences
me?
there, whether between these 2 factions?
Yeah, so the basic facilities are the same for both factions, but we have made some distinctions in the memetic specification areas to increase faction conflict. Additionally, the chat channels will be separated by faction, providing a more immersive experience. Yeah.
Wow, that sounds exciting. What kind of other rewards can players earn in this?
Do you know why I know it's mad racism? Do you want to know the reason? Can't disagree with that being racist? No, it's not about disagreeing. It's 100% racism. Do you know how I know? How many of you guys like Genshin Impact? How many of you guys like MiHoYo or ZZZ? How many people in this stream enjoyed me playing that stream on like playing the game on stream? Chinese company. Not a single person bitches because those games are fun and they enjoy them. All that shit only comes out when it's a game that has problems. And the narrative immediately switches over to China bad. No. You just
Okay,
leave it
so I
as racist
should be
reasons.
able to
It has nothing to
get
do
my
with
mount
games.
soon.
Not at all. Not even a little bit. We've played all of those games on stream before and no one had a problem. So I think that's shit. I think it's shit behavior. 100%. Call them out on things that
Let me
are
fix
actually
my
good. Don't
mouse.
make them ghosts and then fight those.
This coming scenario.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So currently there are season-based rewards and faction points-based rewards. So since this is a dual faction scenario,
In a little bit, when Thor goes live, I'll probably be watching him. For now, I'm just kind of
I
watching.
think it's just fear mongering. Yeah, it
YouTube
Why
videos.
aren't you protesting League of Legends?
You will receive.
Same shit.
Yeah,
Fight
let's
with it.
fight. Let's fight.
I hope
for
that's
our
allowed.
passions.
I actually don't know,
What are the
but
specific rewards? Can you tell me more?
I mean, people be reacting to videos on YouTube and have like media share and all that.
So please be patient. But still, we have prepared a video for Metas to know more about the new scenario. So let's check about it.
Is Riot is owned by Tencent, dude. See, this is what I'm talking about.
You know what I mean?
He's like, oh, Chinese
is
spyware in the game. No, there isn't.
Chill
Are
time.
you saying that about League? They're owned by Tencent. Like this is why I'm talking about this like crazy it came to me in a dream shit from Twitter. Like you have to stop being this way. You have to grow up a little bit and actually look at the things that you're playing and find out where the ownership even lies. Like, dude, like here, let's go look at this. Here's a good one. Y'all like Warframe, right? Who owns Digital Extremes? Who owns them? Who owns Digital Extremes? Huh. Developer to remain creatively independent, but they partner with Tencent. Are we all sitting there going like, oh man, look at all that Chinese spyware in Warframe? So to be real with you, this whole narrative is insane. It is fear-mongering to the maximum.
Yeah, I don't have that button
You
set
claim
to
there's spyware
anything.
in League? You claim there's spyware inside of Warframe? You saying this about Soulframe that's coming out? What about Path of Exile? What about any other game company that Tencent does?
Look at Soulframe.
This is why it doesn't make sense. Because it's selectively attacking a game because of ties to Chinese companies instead of doing that for all the other games that you actually enjoy. That's why it's racist. It's saying, oh, this one's bad because China, but those ones over there, those ones are good because China. Oh, that's fine. They get a pass. China's bad here. No, dude. Be consistent if you're going to be hateful, at least. Jesus. I like that.
Wow,
That's cool.
it seems like the Prismaverse Clash is more of a PvP-focused scenario, but what about players who prefer an open world exploration and a more relaxed survival experience? Are there any new scenario for them?
Yeah, absolutely. We have a scenario called the Way of Winter.
Oh yeah, Leo exercised a call option and increased their stake to 97% of Digital Extremes for a total consideration of 138.2 million US in December 2020. Tencent bought Leo for $1.3 billion, which included the majority stake in Digital Extremes that Leo held.
I think it's probably gonna get
This is me calling you out on your bullshit. It's Canadian.
fucking
You're
what's it
Canadian
called?
spyware.
Freezing winter and harsh survival conditions.
Copyright
Sounds like
things
there's a survival
demonetized. I
mode
don't know.
maybe,
I don't really care.
I think it's gonna be a lot tougher than the current one. So will there be a
That's good.
body
I
temperature
need the game to be harder. It was way
mechanic
too
where
easy.
players need to eat extra food or take meds if their body temperature drops too low, or
So this is cool. I like the idea of doing environmental factors like that. Like I played a lot of Division 1, and I wish that in Division 2 actually had like a lot of those environmental stuff. If Once Human has environmental like survival options, I'm very excited about it. Like that's something I missed from Division 1. And if you ever played Division 1, you know what I'm talking about. It's like your body temperature can drop, you have to get heated, you have to get like near campfires and shit. Like this is cool, and I want to see how they do it. Yeah. I want to see how that goes. Yeah, survival mode was really cool. So I'm interested to see what their take on this is, because that's not easy to do. Could be clothing related, could be like layers, all kinds of stuff.
even die.
Yeah, you did a great job.
I'm actually gonna fight this dude real quick. Get him out of here.
Experience, we introduce a temperature system in this the Way of Winter scenario. Some areas of the map will have extremely low temperatures, requiring players to stay warm by wearing armor or just take potion. If your character stays in the cold for too long, they could suffer. While if severe, it can maybe lead to death. But temperature doesn't just affect your character, it also impacts your livestock and the operation of certain facilities in your territory.
Yeah, Metas, just make sure to stay warm out there.
So you have to build it into your camp. I think that's kind of cool. That means that people are going to be able to build outposts, and you might be able to jump into somebody else's house if you're freezing to
whoops.
death, which means that it's kind of like the community is building infrastructure, which I find to be kind of compelling, right? It may not work out. It may be sort of weird or be too easy, but I think that's kind of a cool.
Hey.
It's a neat direction.
Back off,
Yeah.
back off.
So is there
I'd close the door and let you freeze. I'm just saying. you say?
Where are you going, bro?
I didn't take all your stuff.
So let me see. Yes, yeah, we add a new scenic point feature. Across different locations on the map, players will discover various nature landscapes.
Oh, I just walked right into that.
And taking screenshots, you can unlock them in
Charge people to
Whatever.
exercise your heater, dude.
Or is that all of them?
He'll freeze to death.
Cool, cool.
Scenic points.
Yeah.
I'm such a collector. Thank you for introducing this.
Yeah, then you probably love exploring the open world and just
These dudes are pretty
have
cool.
fun collecting. In the way of winter scenario, we also add various puzzle challenges.
Anyone is wondering why I'm kind of just like skipping through the story.
Opening them while in your journey.
It's because I have already played through A Realm Reborn on a character,
In the survival
but it's been a while since I played that character,
and everyone needs to stick to
so I don't remember the rotation for it.
So that's
And I kind of also just wanted to,
that mechanic.
I'm kind of excited right now.
what's it called?
So, do we have any video prepared here? And
I wanted
when the
to
tutorial will be available?
kind of restart and learn a new
in the mid-October as you see.
class.
Winter is coming.
So I went with Lancer.
It's basically using these environmental effects. Not all of them will, right?
So I kind of got to
that's
restart,
important.
which is
That's really
fine.
I want to see
I don't
more
mind it.
environmental effects like that. I would love to see more of this. I loved that in Division 1. Yeah, winter is coming stuff is cool.
Come on, let's check the video we prepared for this scenario.
Like, this is neat as hell. And the fact that
But
they're
yeah.
doing this, imagine how they can extend this, right? Yeah, so much potential, exactly. Imagine if they had a scenario where, like, the sun becomes unbearable at certain times. And, like, if you're standing in the sun, it does, like, the light damage off of the heads of those dudes. Where
Come on,
it
now.
hurts you to be in the sun and you have to go from shadow to shadow. There's all kinds of different ways to do this. You could try so many different environmental effects. You could have lightning. You could have all kinds of shit. Yeah, UV damage.
The quicker I get
Yeah,
through
like
this,
UV.
the quicker
So,
I can
like,
get a
you
mount.
add all kinds of mechanics like this as individual scenarios for that, and this is the first one. The fact that they're implementing any type of environmental effect like this that has a gameplay mechanic to it is compelling to me, because I can see all the different systems that needed to be designed to build that in the first place and see what direction that's going to carry the game into the future. That's cool. Yeah, exactly. This is rad. This is good. I like this. Good shit.
Let me make sure Thor's still streaming tonight.
With full business functionality and a design tailored just for you. Customize every element of your website and watch your vision come to life.
The other ones just didn't really fit.
Control everything from the biggest tasks to the finest details. Personalized.
Yeah, every scenario could have its own environmental effect, or mix and match them, right? This is Once Human. They're adding a bunch of new stuff. That environment's awesome. I dig that.
Wow, wow.
Yeah, let's
Let us know your idea about these two coming scenarios.
I love it.
Liz, do you got anything else like you can share about the future plans?
Oh, just right after
Yeah, here's the link.
Way of Winter, I'm still excited of it. Okay. So yes, we are.
Hey,
also
let's,
planning to design other scenarios. So
not
there is another PvP
be talking about
on
that.
the way where people can raid and fight freely, anytime, anywhere, no limitation.
That sounds intense.
Yeah.
How's the difference between the Prismaverse Clash scenario and the coming one?
Yeah. The Prismaverse Clash
Alright.
is more about
That's my only concern in the games, is the wipes. I know you mentioned it before during the different video, but it feels like that's going to drive me away from the game. I totally understand, and I feel the same way. I don't like the wipes, and I'm waiting to see what their solution
Yeah,
is,
let's
because they
not
talked
talk
different
about
things they're trying to do this.
spicy
I need
sites
to see, as a
on
player, I need to see what they're doing.
in the stream chat,
compelling.
please and thank you.
action-based combat.
Because these features are
And
cool.
the new coming
but I need to
PvP
see something with the
scenario,
wipes.
However, will offer more freedom in the battles, without any team size restrictions, and maybe you self alone. But the details are still being worked on, so we'll share more in the future stream.
It's a very soft wipe. You keep a lot of stuff. It's still not compelling, like for me. It is a wipe. You lose your character levels down to 1, right? The
Cool.
reason why is this. And people would be like, oh, it's the same as Path of Exile. It's not. So in Path of Exile, you choose
So,
at the end of the
yep,
season
there we go.
to continue playing your character in a non-seasonal capacity, or you stop playing them and you go and do the new season, right? You choose this. You keep all your items, you keep all your character levels, you keep everything. You choose. You choose to start over, right? And in these, it's a full wipe for this kind of stuff. Same with Diablo, same as Path of Exile, normal, super normal. And like with this, you don't have the option of a non-seasonal. So you always lose your levels, but you don't lose anything else. And it all becomes very complicated of like, what do I lose? What don't I lose? And the reason that I could say it's overly complicated is because every single one of their public messaging things is like, here's what you're losing. Here's what you're not losing. And everyone's like, Jesus Christ, this is just over the top, right? It needs to be a simple transaction. It needs to be simple for them to understand, for players to understand. When it gets this in the weeds, it becomes too complicated and just ridiculous, right? Yeah, they need to simplify it.
Okay.
It's way too complicated. I think that's probably the biggest thing of that. Isn't Eternal Land the non-seasonal? There's no content there. That's like creative mode in Minecraft. You build stuff. I think that's the thing that's important is it's just a building world. So there's no like things to do. There's no dudes to shoot, right? It's just a house on an island. Doesn't do anything. Yeah, so I think that's the biggest thing with that is you just build shit there. So because of this, there's no non-seasonal content.
That's how you
like
buy
permanent
stuff.
World, right? And I think that's the big thing for a lot of people. There needs to be something like that.
Okay, got it. So after sharing the previous teasers about the upcoming scenario blast period, I want to remind everyone that we really want to polish each one of it. This means it will take time to plan the content and create the assets. So please be patient and bear with us as we work to deliver the best experience as
hold on.
possible.
Am I not able to?
Please have faith in us.
And I mean, what about the DirectX 12 and DLSs?
I see.
Yeah, I feel like Eternal Land is kind of like your private stash, but turned into a world. So you're just like, I'm gonna take all my items and throw it in this world. You know, like that's.
They're under our plans. The DirectX 12 and also the DLSS. Those technology will significantly enhance the game's performance and the visual quality.
Okay, so I guess I'll go do levies there.
We aim to implement them as soon as possible with the target to let our players experience them maybe by
Okay.
inside this month.
We already posted that by August.
Within this month.
Okay. And how about the controller support? Because a lot of people, they keep asking.
Oh yeah. So actually, once human is already support controllers will just after today's update.
Okay.
I love that take. 100% no Spyro in this closed source software because they promised. Why is that different from World of Warcraft? Why is that different from League of Legends? Why is that different from Destiny 2? Why this game and not those? And the answer always goes back to the same thing because this game is made in China. And that's just racism. It's not reality. That's you making shit up because you don't like these people and where they're from. And I have absolutely no respect for that.
Tell a friend. So after today's update and after the maintenance, once human will support controllers. And we have prepared for it for quite a long time and just want you to give you a better experience.
Am I missing something? Hold on.
Playing with the controller, please contact us. Yeah, we're in our way. And
Orby Bay.
customer
Okay.
service team will glad to know your details, maybe like your controller's model, and we will address and fix any issues as quickly as possible. But I'm glad and I hope you have fun with your controller playing with your friend.
Exactly. Just to let you know, if you're facing any issue, just go to
What was
the
that?
Discord
Lower?
channel, and we
Yeah.
have a section called Feedback Desk. Then you could share any of your ideas out there. So
Alright,
we
cool.
have also seen many players requesting the additional of new languages in the game. I think we could share more about that.
I don't
Oh yes.
I look
really
I'm a little bit
feel
pissed.
like
The reason why I'm a little bit pissed is this. You have a devs team that launched something that's very unique. We haven't seen it in the market before. I didn't find the core gameplay loop to be compelling. A lot of other people didn't either. We gave feedback to the devs. Devs were willing to listen. They actually set up a meeting with me where they had a dude that had to speak over. Had a translator to talk to me, and they communicated that back out to the world on Twitter, the meeting that we had. Then talked to everybody inside of the community. Started taking feedback from everybody. They've started implementing changes to the game to try to make it better. And people are shitting on them for it. And I think that's absurd. They're doing everything that you want to see from a developer, but they have this like cloud over them just because they're making it out of China, which is ridiculous. I think that's ridiculous. I think these devs are doing exactly what they should be doing, and they're doing right by their players. We should be celebrating that shit, dude. And I find that to be obnoxious. I really do.
So in the update in the September,
Yeah, let them cook.
Once Human will support more languages, there are several more coming in the way. So including Russian and Spanish.
Cool.
We will continue to add more languages in the future updates to ensure that more metas worldwide can enjoy a smoother gaming experience. But just wait for the September, and Russian and Spanish users will be glad.
Simply Viet.
I wonder which Spanish translation they're doing. They're probably doing Spanish from Spain. That makes a lot of sense. We want to do Spanish from Spain for our games too, and try to that. And our Russian translator, we can't pay them because they live in Moscow, so we have to wait until the sanctions and all that are done. Maybe one day. That's kind of where we're at on it. It sucks.
Hola. I only can speak this too. Okay, it's time for the new giveaway round. Giveaway! Come on, everyone!
Nah, you can't pay them in crypto. I'm not really about, I don't know, violating federal sanctions and going to jail forever. It's not like a good plan, man.
Giveaway
3, 2, 1.
Oh, I'm actually really close to leveling up again.
News.
So get the codes.
New code.
Level 30 is when I get to Dragoon, or can get Dragoon, like the subclass or class thing. I don't know exactly what it's called,
No,
but
if you're United States based business, you can't pay anybody who lives in Russia, dude. Sanctions are sanctions. You can't violate them. Yeah, that's a foolish mistake. And doing that through crypto is not going to make it easier. I'm a United States based business. I would not break federal law. That's a bad idea. What is that thing? This is one of the monsters. So one of the things I find compelling about Once Human, they took wild liberties with monster design. It's phenomenal, dude. It's actually really cool. And I think that's awesome to see. Just weird creatures. Weird. Can't you hire a Ukrainian if you need Russian? I don't want to fire a Russian translator just because they live in Moscow. I hired them on. We have them as a team member. I get to talk to them all the time. I ask if they're safe all the time. And one day we get to work with them again. I don't want to outsource their job to somebody else because of sanctions. I think that feels awful. It's a horrible thing to do to that person. And on top of that, people in Russia can't even buy the game anyway right now. At least the grand majority of them can't. So we're just going to wait. And the people who generally speak in Russian or can read Russian Cyrillic, we just put in a warning at the beginning of the game that says it's not finished in that era, and they're fine with it. But I don't want to fire someone just because of geopolitics that are outside of their control. That's awful.
The redeem code is valid till the August 18th, so you can redeem it anytime within the time limit. Please mark the codes.
Wow, it's another ad time.
okay.
To join our Twitter event, post a screenshot of you watching the stream on Twitter with the hashtag OnceHuman and DevStream, and you'll be entered to win. We'll select 5 lucky viewers to receive a $10 Steam card and a special redeem code.
Yeah.
Does he have any? No.
So
He forgot.
also another part, let's also pick another lucky meta to receive the free new coolest fashion set, the psychedelic skull.
So they basically, this is cool because this does remind me of Warframe. If you ever watch the Warframe dev streams, they're constantly doing giveaways on the stream. They're constantly doing this kind of stuff. And I think that's positive, really positive, actually. Yeah. This reminds me of how many of you guys were there at the beginning of Digital Extremes? When they were first doing Warframe streams and they were kind of silly. They didn't really know how to do it yet. They were trying this kind of stuff. This feels like this. It was rough, but this is the beginning of their adventure in that. And dude, that's something to be, for me, it's celebrated, right? I'm happy they're doing this. Warframe. So Warframe started like this, doing this type of stuff. And I think it's a good thing.
So
what's an example of a truly innovative recent game?
Barbosa.
I think you see that all the time, but the difference is you usually see innovative choices in the indie scene. You usually see developers making games that are unique and taking chances on indie side because they're faster, they're leaner, right? And it's hard to move the big industry companies because the bet is so dangerous. Gambling on stuff that may not work, right? Gambling on stuff that is expensive and could fail. You don't see that in AAA. They're gambling on something that's big. They're trying a bunch of weird stuff. Some of it works, some of it does not work, right? That's awesome. Because they're not an indie. They're a big company doing all kinds of, it's a gamble, dude. It's a gamble. So I like this kind of stuff. I like seeing this kind of stuff. There
what
are
am I
things in here that I don't
supposed to be
about,
doing?
I'm talking about it the whole time. There's stuff that I don't like, but there's stuff that I do like. Baldur's Gate is a really innovative one. That's a good gamble. That's a gamble. That was probably the last big gamble that I saw. was that game, because it tried so many things that were just unique and wild and cost way more than just making a linear game. So like, yeah.
Let's bring it back to the present and go over the content of today's update.
It's very important to know what
Victor
will
Vince
happen in
Vaughn.
today's update. So
Um,
for me, it's not a minor one. It's quite significant since it involved the first season renew and the scenario restriction phase will change, which we take very, very seriously. And first, after hearing our
Okay.
explanations
So I
about
don't-
seasons and scenarios, I wonder
I don't get where I'm supposed to be going.
Although our
Um,
scenario gameplay are indeed very special, I believe that once made us experience it firsthand,
Yeah.
everything is gonna become clear.
Yeah, we will try our best.
Once human feels a bit all over the place, have a
See.
lot of elements from different genres, but fall flat in all of them. They seem to want to. I don't think they're trying to cater to all. I think they're trying to do something that didn't really work in the beginning, right? And they're trying to do different things with it. It's a very unique game concept, which is I want to make a world where every couple of weeks we make a new world, and that world is different. It's experimentation in the game. Normally what you would get for a game like this is normally you would have them do like, I'm going to make a world, right? And then after a couple of months of you doing the same world,
okay.
they'd make another expansion zone and then another expansion zone. And here's the thing that's really interesting about this.
Oh,
most
shit.
of the time,
I kind of
most
forgot.
players will not go back to the last expansion zone unless they're trying to 100% those areas, or there's like a cosmetic thing or a mount or whatever they're looking to pick up. So I can understand the idea of attempting to create one where these just don't exist anymore, but I don't know if that's going to work, right? And that's effectively what they're doing here. So like, I don't know.
Saying
I'm
my
getting
levels
if that works out.
too
Because no one's
much.
done this, right? And I find that to be weird, like super weird. We've never seen it. Guild Wars 2? No, all the shit stays in Guild Wars 2. They do have a yeah, the Forever Land is like
Yeah, fuck.
creative mode in Minecraft though. It's not the same.
Like to ensure this
So,
process will
okay.
be smooth and
If you join late, you miss a bunch. You don't though, because everyone's resetting to level 1 at the beginning of every single one of those new areas, so you don't miss a bunch of stuff. You just miss out on cosmetics, right?
give you a nice experience. So just contact us or with any problem.
It's a crazy experiment. It's wild.
Can we
I'm glad they're doing it.
Can we
Really
start
glad they're
play?
doing it.
So maybe let's move on to the
Yeah, the
what
bus
will
is cool. It's
happen
in-game.
in the updates in the games. Oh,
You
I
missed
Ah.
out, sorry, we
these
don't know
test
yet.
servers. Are you with me? Yeah, I'm playing the game and just want to show you the new features
Oh yeah, they
from
changed
the
fishing.
today's updates.
There we go.
Released the updated fishing.
Can you miss out on blueprints? I don't know.
This
You might be able
mosquito
to keep them
update.
forever. Like they may exist in the next world. You just have to
Yeah, the
unlock it.
updating fishing system.
Yeah, I always love to.
Oh, I'm supposed to just keep killing them?
Yeah, in other games, like I often use fishing to pass my time, but the best part is to interact with
I thought that was
the
it.
fish and
You wanna capture the
wait
bus?
for
I mean, you
what
can just
I
find the
can
bus.
get.
Pull stuff out of it.
Come on, what I can get.
I think previously
Okay.
you get
I wanna see how they
like,
changed this, 'cause they did a bunch of
press
fishing
your
in the
mouse to get the fish on, but after today's update, you
The
need
mods
to
will pay
control with your
$10.
I
They said
mean,
$10 a month.
keyboard to using like Q, E, or T to control how.
Yeah, the
to
wipe
get
is barely a
those.
wipe now. It wasn't before. It was a wipe before, but now it's barely a wipe.
Sometimes I think this kind of gameplay
Thanks
is
to the 5 gifted subs,
helping me with building more patience. Yeah, but
Just as in the reality life.
yeah, but the excitement of what I can get will be helping.
Okay, let's see. So they still had the bait like before.
Yeah, but I mean, this is it's kind of the first phase of updating. Still, we're gonna add more features in the future to the fishing, right?
Yeah,
I actually like this little icon because it shows you if it's been caught or not.
I'm
When you
trying.
can't see the bobber.
As I'm streaming, I want to give a
Hey, how's it going?
like so I can show off to every chat.
That's a better system. Look at this. This is so much more clear. Where you have to pull to the left or pull to the right while you're doing this, and it shows the reel and the strength. No, that's a way better system than it was before. God, before it was just like, what am I doing? I have no idea. Now this is way better.
Every chat.
Someone said.
No, that's great.
Again, you can
I fished a ton of the game. This looks way more, like, way more clear to the player.
That's what I get.
How you doing, Freckle? How's your night going? Or morning? I don't know where you're at, but
I know.
A little bit of bass hunter.
Send them in the Discord server.
Yeah, every time we come back with a bug, we know it's annoying. So every time just
I had no problem before, but it does seem better. I had no problem after I figured it out, but this feels instantly more clear. Does that make sense?
We fix it within a day, and with some very hard ones, we may cost more time, but we just want to ensure that everything that we pull down will be dealt. I like this one. This one looks quite kind of cute.
I should show the fish's point of view. That's a bit grim,
I
dude.
know someone said you're gonna wait for a huge long time, but I mean.
wonder if I get more rewards for killing multiple.
Patience is everything when you're doing fishing.
I know, but actually wait is a lot shorter than the reality.
I'm concerned about their ability to maintain pace with the content from the new seasons, but it's coming from Fortnite. Yeah, no, I was concerned about that too. Because, like, I'm a little concerned about the pace. Because, like, dude, if you're building a whole new world, like, you're building all new kinds of stuff, and, like, a whole new story for that, like, how fast can you really do that, right? That's the thing that's really interesting to me. So I'm waiting to see, like, how different is the map, really? I have no idea. I have no clue. So I'm kind of excited for that. I want to see if they can do it.
Right, you can, I just pull it down and just around 5 seconds or more. Yeah, it's random, but no, I get 1 to 5 with me.
Okay, so
Cool.
someone asked in the chat box that will we still got a giveaway? Yes, we still got a one last chance for the newest fashion set.
Alright. That's not bad.
Throw fish at each other. Someone's asking, will it be harder than the current one? I
don't think so.
Yeah, you could control more because currently you only press your mouse, like continuously press.
For me, I feel like it's just more complex, more rich,
The fishing system,
and
yeah.
more flexible.
Dun,
So
dun.
it's kind of like enrich the gameplay and have fun that I can challenge myself using more technologies.
I think I'm just gonna do these ones and then I'll go get my chocobo.
Look. One of the biggest problems that I had when I was fishing is, like, I have to build a fish tank for every fish one at a time. They filled up the fish tank with all the different fish.
So, yeah.
Yeah, it's one of the patch notes.
But definitely more fun.
So, okay, you're back
Appreciate.
home.
Yeah.
You can now have animals too.
Oh, this
So you can
is
farm animals
also
now.
the coming feature.
Yeah. Come on, I'm showing the ranching. This is my home, and
Yeah, this is like one of the things that they've added. All this is animal husbandry.
Method, the mimetic. Let's check the. Yeah.
So you could
So you
feed
guys
them, right?
take notes. Those animal
Yep.
capture and animal taming. So you could. I will say.
Oh, what the heck?
The natures in the.
Okay.
In the nature creatures. And I'm
Yeah, you can do taming and then you can do harvesting of the animals.
So it could help me.
Which is
Hey.
Also this whistle.
It didn't even friggin' tell me this was over here.
The ranching system and how to make friends with
Had me start all the way over there.
Yeah, it's a good update.
A lot of people they're saying some.
I just want to keep them all in my house.
I like that.
So I think I'm supposed to be.
So cute. Mom, I'm gonna keep it. Oh, go running into this.
I don't have AoE, bruh.
Too much chat.
Sorry guys, I have to show it.
Can't believe it. Bambi's dead.
No animal harmed in this stream, okay?
Exactly.
Okay, so make it wake and
So you hit it for 1 damage, you sedate it with a knife, and then you can capture it.
Someone's asking, can we
That's cool.
throw snowballs to
They have
each other
grades.
during
Oh, wait.
the
Oh, God, no.
October one?
Oh, God, no. Wait a minute.
and get the best chance.
Oh, so someone's asking
Health back.
S tier deer, dude. Yeah, dude. Oh man. I need an S tier deer. I need it. I don't even know why I need it, but I need it. Oh god damn it.
Alright.
To each other during the October one.
Cool.
I'll take
Okay, that one
This is absolutely
was annoying.
but I'm not sure if we can really do that in game.
Animal tears, are you serious? All the items in the game have like different grades and qualities and all kinds of shit.
That was a little annoying.
Right.
I don't know why it starts you off so far away from this shit.
I'd be interested to see what like the difference in production between an S tier animal and like an F tier animal is, right? And if that
Don't
production
touch
is
the
like
stuff.
10%, like who gives a shit? But I'm interested. I want to see what that means.
Developing 3 new scenarios just in this short time.
But don't worry.
I know you guys is hard.
Yeah, don't worry. Like, we will try our best to bring more, like, fun in the game.
Hey, bitch.
Higher the tier.
Even we didn't make it
Interesting.
in this October, it will
Is
come
chat S tier?
in
Some of
the
chat
others.
is S tier.
So, we don't
Some
know
of chat
what
is
will
F tier.
happen. Some of the
You will
things
have to
are still
decide
being
which is which.
planned. Let me put the deer. Hello, deer.
Grab
Many
this.
things are still be planned, so
I'm S tier.
the future is bright.
I don't know about
and
that, Zafra.
possibilities.
I don't know about that.
Stay with us, come on. You can
Oh my
grow with
God.
one's human.
Bit ambitious.
A lot of people they are still saying they want to slap their friends with the fish. Oh my god, I mean this sounds funny.
Hey, yeah.
It's funny, but
Violence.
so don't do that to your friends.
Come on now.
Or
Because fun.
make
sorry
sure,
guys.
make sure you are safe.
Yeah, sorry guys. You guys are sending too much information out there. I gotta pick some of it, but everything here we take a like screenshot. And
Maybe, yeah, I showed quite a lot about the ranching and also the fishing.
I'd be really interested to find out like how much of this content kind of sits like in a state where it's like, hey, we tried this thing, did this work, and then they kind of add on to it later.
There we go. Holy
I
crap.
really want to see what they add to this.
It will
Nope,
be,
we got one more.
tricks, gameplay aspects in your daily once human life. Yeah, it will enrich your daily routine, and maybe you could have more fun with that. So yeah,
yes,
it's fun, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Slap.
Yeah. I feel I can spend thousands, tons of times in it.
This is
Yeah.
the most funny part.
Alright,
yeah,
let's
that-
see.
You're gonna show them next one because
Yeah.
we don't we I mean we're already here for around 50.
Give me plus
There we
4.
go. Is that a boss?
This is another one like that first one where I just gotta beat a bunch of enemies.
Needs to wish.
Where are they at?
Wow,
Yeah.
that's fun. I always want to jump right into.
The audio's a bit weird. That's the recording.
That is a trail.
Ancient One's Trail.
Okay. And yeah, we.
Yeah, their in-game
finished
audio is
the
broken.
trail by shooting the baboon. You know what? I'm the best in playing this in the theme park.
Alright, where's the next
Yeah, it's a
one?
little bit janky. The audio's a bit weird.
Come on. Go.
Right now, if this
This is balloon shooting?
giveaway, so we're gonna have one last round of giveaway of the newest coming fashion
Spy.
shortly.
Weird.
Maybe 10 to 12.
That's kind of not what I expected. I expected it to be like a big boss, you know?
Keep following.
Oh. Okay, that's kind of cool. The audio is a mess here.
Where's the next
I need
one?
it, because that audio is an absolute mess during this part of the video.
I don't like that it
Just
doesn't
activated?
spawn them
Okay.
very quickly. A little annoying.
I know the balloons.
And it spawns them so fucking far away.
But I wish these were like demons or screaming heads or something. You know what I mean? Like I wish it was like a.
Okay, now it spawns a bunch.
Anything. It feels like balloons. Yeah. They could be. This could be a test. I don't think it's a test because you're using different types of balloons for all this.
There we go.
It's kind of cool, but also.
I leveled up. Cool.
I like the idea, but I wish that there was more stakes there than just like shoot the things that are balloons. See the video of Miskif's game failing? What do you mean failing? I hope his game didn't fail. It sucked.
Let's see.
Gun VFX are off? Yeah, no, all the audio is broken at this part of the game. Yeah, I'm gonna see if we can get past it. Because it looks just all balloon show.
Explains about the bug fix notes. We are not going to the bug fix notes. It is not a dev post, so it is. So what I'm planning is to post it twice a week if we got too much bug fixes. But I just want to let you guys know. So we will have bug fix notes every. Once we have bug fixes, but currently every week we are updating on the official websites.
Let's see. Come on now. May have set it a little high, but that's
I'm
fine.
trying to think what I would want to do with that. So it looks like they've just added in a kind of like flying event. Yeah, it's just flying event shooting, right?
It's not a bug.
And that's it.
Just a design like that.
For that one.
If you guys want it moving, we could consider about this later.
Okay, nice.
I feel like that model could have been used for something way more interesting, like way more compelling. And it feels like it was kind of used in an anticlimactic way. That's how I feel about it. I like the idea of a big flying plane with arms and all kinds of stuff. Having a cool boss like that would be really neat. And I think it would be nice to have it where it is based on interactions with like fighting it or something like that, where you're just flying around on its back shooting balloons is not really interesting for me. You know?
I did not participate in that fate. I hope it doesn't give me rewards for it.
Yeah, anything like that. Yeah. Graphic hint.
Probably shouldn't, since I should have a 0%.
The ancient one's trails. Yeah, we issued babylons and crashed airplanes. That's why it called the ancient ones. Yeah. So next,
Come on, let me defeat it. There we go. Let's go.
PvP gameplay and only be available in the PvP scenario.
All right, there we go.
It's hard for us to
So this is the PvP stuff. Let's go look at this.
So also we
Look.
Sproutlet Conquest. Let's see.
Here we go.
Okay. We got Battlegrounds. We have objective-based Battlegrounds. All right.
Hands.
All right. With PvE objectives on top of it.
Go to Aft Castle.
This is great. They should have opened with this.
Oh, I got.
They should have opened with this, dude. Okay, 100% real. That looks compelling as shit to me. Having PvP.
How's everyone doing tonight?
PvP gameplay.
Been going all right?
Can have him as a head. I think that looked great. There's nothing wrong with it at all. Having scenario-based objectives like that is just good. That's super good. Whole first
Bow issuance, give me that.
Yeah, kind of feels like it. But that's normal when you're releasing a live service game that is not like super well received. You have to readapt, and that is a difficult thing, right? And they're doing something unique. They're doing something we haven't seen before in the industry, for better or worse.
I love that jellyfish.
Yeah, the heck.
Release date? It's already out. Go play it.
So you could only check this
On Unless you're talking about that feature, I think that's also
Now I can go get my chocobo.
like open it in the PvP scenario.
See.
So evolution
Close to this one.
In this gameplay, you will see a sentry.
Alright. Let's
with
see.
more
Do.
conflict, and in the other space,
I'm gonna go get the chocobo.
will be more at ease. So you could
You
check
feel
that
me?
and also make sure to build a camp around the sentry partner, so you don't need to run too many times. What if you
Okay,
yeah, play
so
hard?
as soon
Have
as
fun.
today's
There we go.
content is over, I'm gonna try this.
They made fishing a lot better. Yeah, I
Excellent.
saw. It looks so much better, dude.
Go.
It's time for that.
Okay. So it's time for the last free fashion set giveaway. The coolest, the newest, psychedelic. Let's go.
Maybe
Everyone.
just a moment. I
Yeah,
just
give me
want to
my
get a
fucking
more
chocobo,
info
bitch.
here. Yeah, because someone's keep asking, guys,
Come on,
are you
guys.
here?
It's the last chance.
Yeah.
Be there
Yes.
and maybe call your friends.
It looks like that's it. It's all just the giveaway at the end.
Yeah, it is.
So I do think this is compelling, at least to me. I think that what they're doing is a risk inside of the industry. I think they're trying
Let's
new things
see.
we haven't seen before, and they're trying to navigate through that. And that's not easy, man. Like, that's really hard.
What should I name
The reason
him?
why I find this to be okay is because the devs are trying this while talking to the players. A lot of times companies will just shut out the player base and just try to do whatever, but they're talking and taking feedback. That's the point. That's the
Gonna be
whole point of
Timmy.
this. Like, that's incredibly important. Let me go.
I don't know why,
super
but I'd
fast. They've
go
got
with
an FFXIV
Timmy.
for this. So they got the revamped fishing system. They added animal ranching, new
Alright,
fishing,
cool.
fishing trophies, wilderness game modes, the Ancient Ones trial. This looks way more epic
Dope.
than what it was in game. If the Ancient Ones trial is literally just shooting balloons while riding on its back, I'm gonna be impressed. Because it's such a cool model used for such like a mundane ass use, right? That's all it is. That's anticlimactic as hell then. Server invitations is cool. This is mandatory,
Let's see.
which is make it so that when you buy something, it applies to all your
No.
characters. Controller support is going to be big for people that have physical disabilities. That's good to see.
Uh,
The fishing system revamp is great, and the new animal
traits.
ranching
Nope.
feature is
New
great. I don't think they've
commands.
done anything
General.
wrong here. I really don't. The only thing I can say
And
is that
oh.
this thing's the Ancient Ones trial feels like
Yep.
it's overhyped and underdelivered, right? Which makes sense. It's just balloons. It's not that interesting, right? Everything else seems fine. Sadly, animal ranching is really bugged at the moment. I'm not surprised. Not surprised. Lightforge loot crates. So, like, this looks cool as shit. I'd like to see this
Cool.
in game. Like, does that look cool in game? Does anyone have a look
What
at this?
things do they have
here?
here?
What do you not
Fisher,
like? I think that the Ancient Ones trial is
Arcanist,
I think that's lackluster. dude.
upper decks.
Like, this looks like I'm gonna fight a big monster, and if you're just standing on its back shooting balloons,
Oh,
that's kind of like.
uh,
You know, that's
You know
sort
what?
of, I mean,
I'm gonna go
this
do
looks way
fishing.
cooler than the actuality, like way cooler.
I think
this
fishing
only
in
currency
games is kind of cool.
I don't like the amount of currencies in the game. You don't like the furry suit? I mean, that's a teddy bear. Is that what we're calling a furry suit these days? That's what we're doing. This is furry today. The standard has dropped so far. If that's what we're calling furry now. Yeah. I love the internet. You guys are outrageous, dude. All right. Well, I think that was cool to
Shoot
look over.
skill.
I think this looks compelling to me. I think the biggest narrative overall for me is a couple of things. One, it shows me that the general player base still has a lot of people that are upset
Just
because this company
grab.
is owned by a company in China.
You know what?
But their hate on that is misguided because they don't go after
I will grab it,
Frame and Digital Extremes, nor do they go after League of Legends.
but
and
I will
games.
do it.
So I think that it's inconsistent hate that just evolves into racism that doesn't make any damn sense. That's number one for me. Number two, I think a lot of the systems that they're trying to put forward do look compelling, although unpolished, is how that feels. Compelling systems that are unpolished is good when you're trying to develop things rapidly so you can polish them later.
Nope,
And I think what they're trying to do is throw a bunch of things at the wall to get it to see if it sticks because they've taken a bunch of gambles on stuff. I don't think it's a bad thing. I think that this is interesting, and I'd like to see them
Cool.
cook, right? I want to see the more stuff that they can do. Is this enough for me to be...
Yeah, I'm gonna just do this for a little bit.
But it is enough for me to want to keep
None.
and pay attention to the developers and see what they're doing and keep kind of a finger on the pulse for it, right? And I find that to be a good thing because otherwise I just wouldn't, right? Like imagine if we were like, man, there's all these problems with the game, and then they responded with, okay. But instead they're like, what about these things? Do you like these things? We'll keep trying to make things. We'll see what you like, and then we'll go forward from there. You know, like they're trying something, and they're trying to have that open line of communication with the players. So I don't think there's a problem there. Is there a mobile version? It's not a mobile game, so no. what gacha games do, promote MTX through creating many pockets of constraints for each new currency. This isn't a gacha game. Like, they added a loot box to this. I wouldn't describe that as a gacha game. Gacha games usually have, like, items that you'd have to get out of the box, and then you have to merge
Yeah,
them.
let's
Is
see
there a
that.
mobile version of the game? Is that true? I never even knew that. Mobile version. No shit. They actually have a mobile version, unironically. I didn't know that. I wonder what it plays like. Now I kind of want to know. Oh, it's not out yet. It's pre-registered. Yeah, it's in the works. I mean, that's a big deal, man. The mobile market's massive, so I'm not surprised they're doing that. I just wonder if it's going to run well on it, right? Like, I think it's
Can't wear that?
there.
Wow.
Yeah, it says
Damn.
pre-reg. It says pre-reg. You have to pre-register for it. You can't play it yet. They're adding new difficulty campaigns. I saw that, and I'm compelled by that. I want to see more difficulty.
Doesn't really matter.
I think my biggest positive takeaway from this is environmental elemental effects. That looks good. Nothing about that looks bad to me. I want to see more of that. That's very, like, I love Division 1. I love that they were doing that.
Yeah,
Environmental hazards is like, yes,
Strife.
please, I need that.
Stuff.
That's the thing I care about the most. Out of anything that they showed me, that's the one that I think is
I'm
interesting.
gonna tell you something. Just because, why not? Doesn't really matter.
Have a good one.
Any idea who keeps doing that?
Nope.
Oh. Oil base with the all-weather enamel. Excellent.
My hair's doing a thing today. I'm just going to let it hang.
I put a new video. See. Any good streams going on right now? Verb. I don't really feel their content. Let's see. Yeah, let's get y'all some education.
I'm terrified of the ocean. And while most of my reasons for being terrified of it come down to its size or the things that live inside of it, the ocean is so terrifying that sometimes you don't even have to be in it for it to kill you. And that's what we're going to talk about today. Because in 1983, one of the most gruesome deaths in recorded history took place. What began as a normal workday became one of the most brutal stories in nautical and industrial history. And perhaps what's most terrifying about this story is that something so horrific can happen by simple miscommunication and physics. Hello everybody. Today we're going to be talking about the Byford Dolphin incident. If you've been around on YouTube for any length of time, then you've almost certainly heard of this story. It gets covered on every scary ocean like top 10 list. It gets covered when people are talking about the most gruesome deaths imaginable. It also gets talked a lot in a bunch of scientific communities just for how bizarre the scenario was. And I kind of want to look at it from every angle at once. There's a lot of interesting things that happened on the scientific side of things and a lot of sad, horrific things that happened on the human error side of things. As well as
I forget if you click like anything.
that point to cover-ups and potentially figuring out what was responsible. I'm going to put a big viewer discretion over this entire video as well. I'm not going to be showing any of the autopsy images or anything too graphic, but I am going to be reading from things like the coroner's report, which is pretty heavy. So if you're uncomfortable with that, may want to skip this one. We've got a lot of ground to cover. I've got some chess pieces to lay out to make everything make sense in the end. But if you're interested in hearing about something absolutely terrible, then stick around after the ads as we get into the Byford Dolphin incident. And this ad is important because it's not only a really cool poster for Stalker Shadow of the Zone, but also early access to the film. We've once again partnered with Invis, the same people who brought my Legacy of the Wendigo and Legacy of the Mothman posters, to bring you a movie poster for Stalker Shadow of the Zone. The posters come in this size, an 18 by 24, as well as a smaller 11 by 17
Oh, nah.
size.
Come on.
With 100 of the 18 by 24s being signed by myself, Evan Royalty, Stephen Hancock, and Josh
What the
Craig,
hell?
the entire creative team behind the film. And as mentioned, along with your purchase of this poster, you unlock early access to the movie. That's because with your purchase of a poster, you'll be able to watch Shadow of the Zone on Inviz's website. Now to clarify, the movie itself is still free. It's going to come out late October. Plans for that haven't changed. We just figured if you guys are going to support us now by getting a poster, we might as well find a way for you to actually watch the movie that you bought the poster for. So for a limited time, if you buy the poster, you can watch the movie directly on Inviz's website. And because the movie is still early access, I kindly ask that you keep spoilers to yourself, at least for now. But for now, we still want it to be something special and hopefully worth the wait. So again, if you get these posters while they're available, they'll only be on sale for a limited amount of time and then they're gone forever, especially the 100 signed ones. Then head to the link in the description at inviztv/collection/
I'm getting everything except for what I need for this quest. Holy crap.
exclusive offer while
Do
you
these, yeah, they all fill up my inventory.
hopefully enjoy the film. If you weren't able to get into one of the live shows or can't wait till October, we wanted some way for you all who have been supporting us up to this point to get to see what all of our hard work and your money went to. And hopefully you enjoy it. And again, for the support on everything involving the film and pretty much everything else I do, it means the world. I don't deserve it, and you all are a blessing. It means a lot. So that's enough for that product placement. Let's move on to our other product placement. And it's a new brand this time, and it's really cool. It's not just the same 14 things over and over. I can adapt sometimes. Over the past year, I've been trying to watch my weight. And for the most part, I'm pretty happy with the result. And while I attribute the majority of my weight loss to exercising every morning, another big factor in losing weight is watching what I eat, which is why I'm a huge fan of today's sponsor, Control. Control, spelled CTRL just like the keyboard, get it, video game reference, is here to give you a healthier eating option while tasting good as well. Control's primary product is their meal replacement drink. And to be honest, when I heard about the company, I was very suspicious because I have tried a ton of these meal replacement
Nice old fish and stream.
So I tried my first sample of Control. It was this one, the cinnamon toast flavor, and it was the only protein drink I think I've ever had that actually tasted as it was advertised. And while I would normally feel guilty about snacking, with Control I don't have to, because each serving contains 23 grams of protein and 8 grams of fiber, along with 22 vitamins and minerals, while only having 230 calories and only 1 gram of sugar. And one of the reasons Control is able to taste that good while being that healthy
let's go.
is because its formula contains
Give me
real
something
glucose.
good.
And while I use 2% milk for my mix, it works just the same with almond milk, oat milk, or even cold water. The meal replacement shake is great for a meal or to hold you over till the next one, and of course is far healthier than any junk food. On top of that, Control even has their protein cookies, including this recent collab that they did with Rainbow Six, because their cookies, just like their shakes, are loaded with proteins and include real ingredients like peanut butter or chocolate. Again, not enough to be unhealthy, but just enough to taste how it's supposed to. The same can be said about Control's protein meal bars, which taste a lot like the cereal bars you probably grew up with as a kid, you know, minus all the sugar and stuff, and the current weight of dying nostalgia. Control is cool because it's a healthy and delicious alternative to a bad diet. Having a healthy lifestyle is hard enough, but now you've got a friend in your corner. So let Control help you take control of your diet today. They didn't ask me to say that. That's not a tagline or anything. I just came up with that while I was sitting here. And right now, if you're interested in Control, then there's never been a better time to get in on the offer. That's because right now, if you head to the link in the description at drinkcontrol.com/Wendigoon, you will be able to get your Control order.
That's the rogue stuff.
That is right, 10% off. What's really cool too is if you go to the website and do the bundle option where you bundle like 5 items together to get 20% off, you can do the Wendigoon discount on top of that. So once again, that's drinkcontrol.com/Wendigoon to get in on this incredible offer today. Thank you all so much for watching the ad. Thank you so much to Control for sponsoring this video. It's a product I really care about and you're definitely going to see more of in the future. The most. Hope you all check them out. Link is in the description, and we are back to the video. We are going to go ahead and get into it, but as always, thank you for watching. Well, to start off, what was the Biford Dolphin? Well, the Biford Dolphin was an oil drilling rig located off the coast of Norway in the North Sea. The rig is what is known as a semi-submersible, meaning that not only is the rig itself mobile, but it can be raised and lowered in the water through a series of ballasts. The rig is also a feat of engineering. Not only is it massive, but it can operate in waters as deep as 1,500 feet and drill as deep as 2,000 feet. Despite its impressive construction, the Biford Dolphin would be no stranger to accidents. The first accident would occur on March the 1st of 1976, when the Biford Dolphin, at the time named the Deep Sea Driller, would run aground in the North Sea, causing the entire rig to list. In the following evacuation, a group of 6 people would make their way to a lifeboat that would then capsize. And in the capsizing, all 6 of the crew members were killed. Now, this accident has nothing in relation to the accident we're going to be focusing on today, and none of the mechanical pieces carry over from one to the other. This is just to say that things had already gone very wrong on the rig before. The rig was rated to hold a 102-person crew, and while I'm sure a lot of the occupations on the rig were dangerous, the 4 we're going to be talking about today were especially so. And that's because, at least in 1983, 4 of the people operating on the Biford Dolphin were saturation divers. And you may be asking yourself, well, what's a saturation diver? Well, oil drilling operations like that of the Biford Dolphin are complicated. Not only are there a ton of different systems to keep the rig steady above water,
lower depths. So I'm in
several anchor points as well as the mechanism
I'm in the
itself are all
lower
located
decks.
on the sea floor. So if any
Let me go get this other one.
or anything needs to be adjusted with this equipment, it can be pretty difficult. And the hard part isn't that this requires someone to go underwater, it's that this requires someone to go under a lot of water. Even if you have oxygen and all the appropriate equipment, anyone who's been a diver can tell you that as you add depth, you add problems. See, as you go deeper and deeper into the water, the pressure becomes greater and greater. And while we have diving suits and equipment to get around that, one of the things we can't get around is the need to breathe. See, when you're very deep underwater, you're not only affected by the pressure around you, but the gases in the air you breathe are affected as well. See, when we're above water, we breathe in a lot of gases like oxygen, nitrogen, and what have you, and then exhale them and everything's fine. However, when you're under pressure, those gases get into your system and then have a hard time getting out. Things like nitrogen begin to build up in your blood vessels and circulatory system. And while this can be fine on the way down, it's not fine on the way back up. That's because as you begin to swim up and ergo reduce the pressure your system's under, all of the nitrogen gas in your blood suddenly begins to bubble. And this is not a good thing. Imagine if right now all of the blood in your lungs and arteries and bones and heart and brain just started bubbling. This condition is called decompression sickness, or more commonly, the bends. In minor cases, it causes a lot of pain, and in serious cases, you just die. The nitrogen keeps popping and bubbling until eventually something gives out. While there are things like oxygen treatment and recompression chambers to help level yourself out when you get back to the surface,
There's nothing in my hand.
The more difficult it is to come back up. This is why
I know it's probably insanely difficult to get that animation to have something in the hand, but holy crap.
From the high pressure down below,
Like I get it, but
in gases from this more moderate pressure. And they just keep that stair process up until eventually they come to the surface. All of that to say, doing work on the sea floor with an oil rig takes a lot of time. Because oil rigs like the Byford Dolphin are operating in several hundred feet of water.
Cool.
So you would need to hook a crew up and then send them to the sea floor, and then they could be down there working for a few hours before it takes a few days for them to come back to the top. At this rate, everyone would have to take off a week to only be able to work an 8-hour shift. It's not really feasible. Well, that was until the US Navy in the 1950s came up with something known as saturation diving. Remember how I said the going down is the easy part? You can get all the gases in your system and that's fine. It's going up that causes the issue. Well, saturation diving asks the question, what if you just don't come up? Because saturation diving is the process of becoming fully saturated with the amount of gases that a diver experiences at great depths, and then just staying there for the duration of the job. Researchers discovered that once the body has become acclimated to
what we got?
pressure,
What we got?
it doesn't really
More kelp.
matter how long you're in that pressure, as long as you don't come out of it too quick. And that at some point your body is fully saturated, meaning you can't take on any more of the high pressure gas than is already in your system. In other words, it doesn't matter if a diver at, say,
Do I have pill bugs?
for 10 minutes or 10 days after being fully saturated with the high pressure gas, it's going to have the same effect. So
Where am I supposed to get pill bugs from?
Diver at extreme pressures for weeks on end. This is sometimes done by building underwater facilities for the divers to work out of,
You got
as in the case we're going to talk about today, above water facilities that are pressurized as if it's deep water. Saturation diving is one of the highest paid jobs on the market. Industry standard is for the diver to
I haven't even
28
messed
days
with any of the shops, because
counting the days it takes to
really when you're early in MMOs like this, not much of the shops is worth getting, because either you can't wear it or it's just not worth. I don't know. Where am I supposed to get pill bugs from?
And there is a very good
You got some?
because it is one of the most dangerous jobs I can possibly imagine. I simplified a little bit a second ago when I said there were no issues with being at high pressure for long periods of time. Being in a high pressure environment like that can cause a lot of strain on the body. Like, for example, regular nitrogen blends of oxygen can cause problems for people who
So 63119.
pressure setting.
Whoops. Yeah.
People are breathing in an oxygen helium solution. There's also the heavy psychological implication that once you are on a job, you are not getting out of that job until somebody lets you out. Because until someone on the outside begins the decompression process, there's no way for you to get outside of the pressurized bubble that you're in. And there's also just a lot that can go wrong. In one just auxiliary story I read about during this case, there were two divers inside of a diving bell that was, several hundred feet under the water, and then the counterweight on the diving bell fell off. So they just shot up to the top of the water, and would you look at that, if they descended too quickly, they're dead of the super all their blood bubbled up. It might be a well-paying job, but not a lot of people are up to do it. According to a 2015 statistic, only about 1 out of every 10 commercial divers are saturation divers. And perhaps one of the reasons not a lot of people want to be saturation divers is because of the incident we're talking about today.
Purchase items.
So I've laid
That's
out
what.
groundwork enough. You can understand my yapping at this point. Let's talk about the accident. On November the
Change
5th
that to
of
20.
1983, a crew of 4 saturation divers and 2 diving tenders were working on the Byford Dolphin. Diving tenders, by the way, are assistants to the divers. They're not in the same pressurized condition working underwater with the divers. They're just there to make sure everything goes smoothly with the divers. Of the 4 divers, 2 were from Britain and 2 were from Norway. The 2 from Britain were Roy Lucas and Edwin Arthur Coward, and the 2 from Norway were Bjorn Bergerson and Truls Hellevik. The 2 tenders, again stationed outside, were William Cramen and Martin Saunders. Again, the way
Okay, I didn't use one.
worked is once the divers were accustomed to the high pressure, they were never removed from the high pressure until their job was done. This was done by keeping the crew in an out-of-water pressure chamber during the duration of their job. The chamber being out of water helps a lot, as you can imagine. If you need someone to do maintenance on the chamber, they can just do it on the rig without having to dive underwater and repeating the whole process again. They can have food transferred through these pressurized chambers.
Get some new items.
Probably helps psychologically for the 4 people inside not to look out at the abyss of the ocean every second of every day. The way they would be transferred from this chamber to the ocean, which they were operating at about 300 feet of depth at this time, the way they would be transferred to that depth is through a
Come on, Harbor Aaron.
attached to the side of their living
Just need
quarters
3 of ya.
and pressurized to the appropriate level before 2 of the workers at a time would climb into the diving bell, be lowered to the bottom of the ocean to do their job, for them to hop back in, and the process would repeat itself in reverse. The bell is then attached to the living chambers, the 2 crew members step inside, and then the bell is depressurized. The reason the bell has to be depressurized before you take it off is because having a super high pressured pocket of air exposed to the outside air around it would be bad.
Still don't got what I need.
Foreshadowing. The pressure inside of their living chambers and the diving bell and the bottom of the ocean was about 9 atmosphere. That is compared to the 1 atmosphere of the air around them on the oil rig. So effectively, despite being above water, it's as if the crew is under 300 feet of water, at least in a pressure sense, at all times. The series of events that would lead to this gory and horrific accident would happen at 4 in the morning, again on November the 5th of 1983. So to help you visualize that better, let me take you to my stupid diagram. To talk about the accident more accurately, I have drawn this comprehensive diagram. Look, if you want to see actual drawings and reports of what everything looked like, you can go to a news source or a better YouTuber. But if you clicked on this video, that's not what you're here for. In most of the incident reports that you'll read, it reports 3 chambers in the diver's facility. There might have been another chamber or path connected off somewhere, like I know they had an entrance somewhere that food would be delivered through, so maybe there's more added on to this, but for the sake of the accident, this is all you need to know. And keep in mind, the pressure inside of all of these chambers, as well as the diving bell, is 9 atmospheres, whereas the air around them on the outside is only 1 atmosphere, because again, the whole facility is setting above water. Also, to clarify, this isn't a sideways look at it. It's not like the bell's coming from the bottom. This is a top-down perspective. So imagine that all of this is flat and the bell connects sideways. Again, this entire process is to keep the divers at the same pressure as the ocean floor, and therefore keeping the gases in their system in equilibrium with the gases that would be found at the ocean floor.
Salmon risotto.
Restaurant-worthy meals without leaving the house.
You got the laundry, right?
Floor. At 4 a.m. on November the 5th, it seems that Edwin Coward and Roy Lucas were already asleep in Chamber 2. At the same time, it seems that Bjorn and Truls were coming back from a deep-sea dive. Originally, they were only supposed to be out there for a short amount of time, but they had spent several hours on this dive, again now getting back at 4 in the morning. So it's dark, they're tired, and everyone wants to go to sleep. So again, the 2 dive tenders, William Crayman and Martin Saunders, begin to hook the bell up to Chamber 1. This is done using a device called a trunk. It is effectively a tunnel that connects the door of the diving bell to the door of Chamber 1, again, so everything remains a consistent pressure as the divers move around. It's also worth mentioning that at these 3 different points, there are doors that can seal off an individual chamber from the environment around them. It seems like the doorways from Chamber 1 to Chamber 2 and Chamber 3 were open at this time. And of course, the door from the bell is open as the divers are moving out of the bell into the chamber. So Bjorn and Truls are clearing everything out of the bell, and for the moment, everything is okay. The way this transfer process is supposed to work is like this. The diving bell comes up to the side of the pressurized
712.
The trunk is connected, and then everything within the trunk is made to be 9 atmospheres, so it's all equal. The divers then walk across the bell into the chamber, and then
712 is like around here.
After they do that, the bell and trunk can be depressurized so that it can be taken off and, not explode as soon as it's pulled away from the rest of the chamber. If you've ever had a balloon that's full of air and then let go and watched it take off like into the sky, that is what would happen to the diving bell if you all of a sudden disconnected the trunk while it was still at 9 atmospheres. Only this isn't a balloon, it's an 8,000-pound piece of metal. And of course, you don't want to start depressurizing the bell until this door is shut, because if you do, everything in here is going to get depressurized as well. Since every time you depressurize this bell, there's no one inside of it, you don't have to go slowly and take several days like you would if there was people inside of it. You just have to let off the pressure internally so that, again, it doesn't explode. So again, the beginning of this process is completely normal. Truls and Bjorn have just made their way into chamber 1, and now it's time for Truls to seal the door behind them so that the bell can be detached. And that is when disaster struck, because at 4:08 in the morning, for reasons that we will never know, Kramen undid the locking collar that connected the trunk to the chamber and the bell. He did this as Truls was in the process of shutting the door to the bell. However, the door was not completely shut. Again, procedure is to shut this door, then depressurize this, then you can take off the locking collar, whereas Kramen took it off before either step had been completed. Again, we'll never know for sure why this happened. There's a lot of contributing factors that might have caused it. For example, it was very loud on the rig, and I've heard some reports say it was storming or at least very windy that night, and Kramen was attempting to communicate to a dive manager who was above them on the main portion of the rig. Kramen was trying to communicate when to shut something, when to turn it off. So perhaps Kramen heard he's shutting the door or the door's being shut and took that to mean that everything shut down. Maybe Kramen heard a false go-ahead from someone on the inside. Maybe someone gave him a thumbs up and they shouldn't have. Who knows? All that we know is as soon as the locking collar was popped, this diving bell flew off at incredible speeds. As a matter of fact, the bell popping off of the chamber was so severe that the impact of it against Kramen would kill him on the way to the hospital. Saunders received several injuries, including spinal injuries and a lot of broken bones, but he did survive. But the reason that this event...
Why am I not getting...
Because as I mentioned, Truls had not yet shut the door. Meaning that at the moment this bell flew off, the chamber that had been pressurized for weeks on end at this point was now completely exposed to open air. And as I'm sure you know, pressure likes to move from high concentrations to low concentrations. So all of the pressure within this entire living facility
instantaneously shit ton of these, but none of what I want.
To only 1 atmosphere. Remember when I said you have to be very careful when saturated at deep depths? Because for however deep you were, it takes a long time to come back up. The rule of thumb for saturation diving is every 100 feet that you're underwater, it takes 1 day to come back. So these guys should have been reintroduced to 1 atmosphere of pressure over the course of 3 to 4 days since they were operating at 300 feet. And instead, that happened in a few thousandths of a second. And the most evident effect of this event was Truls. Remember how I said Truls was in the process of shutting this door when all of this went down? Well, the door was nearly shut, but in the process of the depressurization, the door had become stuck when all that remained was about a 2-foot-tall hole in a crescent shape along the side of the porthole. Since all of the pressure inside of this chamber is now moving out to the exit,
Alright, I got one of them.
Truls moved with it. His entire body
God
went
damn.
from standing upright to crammed through this metal narrow opening in less than a second. And really, I could describe every single thing that happened.
Gonna have to go buy more of these.
But, we have a coroner who already did that. So I'll let you hear what the medical examiner said about these injuries in the examiner's publication. The scalp with long, blonde hair was present, but the top of the skull and the brain were missing. The base of the skull was a collection of tiny bone fragments only. The soft tissues of the face were found, however, completely separated from the bones. The left upper arm had been separated from the body just below the shoulder joint. The right upper arm was torn to pieces but still attached to the body. Both hands
Two of
had
them.
been separated from the lower arms. Their right thigh
Maybe I can get this
and
third
left
one on
foot
this.
were missing, but the knee joint was found. The left thigh had been separated from the pelvis just below the hip. The pelvis itself had been divided into 3 parts. To one of these parts, a small segment of the small bowel was attached. The penis was present, but invaginated. Oh, okay. The soft tissues of the abdomen and the back.
Damn, what the fuck am I listening to?
Through at a level about midway between the umbilicus and the pelvis, and thus had been separated from the pelvis. These soft tissues formed an empty sac. From above, one could look down through the larynx. All the thoracic and abdominal organs had been expelled, except the trachea and a fragment of the small bowel.
I know I could probably just like
the spinal column and most
buy a new
expelled. The liver
rod
had been
so I get
found
better
somewhere on the
things,
deck.
but
It was complete, as if dissected out of the body. Maybe we just stop talking to the ocean. However, the expulsion of all internal organs from the thoraco-abdominal sac, including the spinal column and the ribs, suggests that he also must have exploded. You don't say. To be ripped out of the front of the chamber with such
come on now.
that it sends
Give me the harbor heron.
30 feet away. Pieces of spine and your liver and your entire face being completely ripped off sounds supernatural. I'm not going to show the photographs of the really grisly stuff because I just don't think there's a need to upset you that much for no reason. But I can confirm those photographs are out there, and I can also confirm that that medical examiner wasn't lying. His entire face is peeled completely off. It looks like a Halloween mask you find at Party City or something, and it's just laid across the ground completely intact. It's so wrong. However, one of the most bizarre outcomes from this entire accident is what happened to the other 3. Bjorn, Lucas, and Coward all died as well, again at the moment of depressurization. However, unlike Truls, their bodies were intact. As a matter of fact, until closer examination was performed to see that there was a kind of tension inside of them, on the outside, it looked like they had simply fallen asleep. That was until an autopsy was performed. The most striking thing inside of the bodies was the condition of the circulatory system and several arteries and veins, or in other words, as if a lot of trauma had happened all at once. And the reason for this is, I'll let you hear what they said. In the cardiac chambers and in the great vessels around the heart, both arteries and veins, large amounts of free fat were found. This fat was mixed
Bro,
with
hitting the
gas
jig, bro.
and looked like sizzling butter on a frying pan. I hate that. Gosh. The most conspicuous finding in this case was the presence of large amounts of free fat in the cardiac chambers and the great vessels, as well as in the smaller vessels of both the systemic and the pulmonary.
Gives me bigger fish.
The occurrence of fat embolism in decompression accidents is well known. However, an
This
embolus
one?
is particulate matter transported by the bloodstream from one part of the body to another. In our cases, the blood must have begun to boil instantaneously, leading to an instantaneous and complete stop of the circulation. The fat cannot have been transported from anywhere, but must have dropped out from the blood in situ. Possibly, the boiling of the blood led to a denaturation of the lipoprotein
Banks of Nim in Middle Lanosia.
that it created enough heat to flash boil their blood, leaving behind the stuff that couldn't be burnt off or flash boiled or what have you, like the fat deposits. Sometimes I think about this stuff, and it really does seem like we opened Pandora's box with a lot of our discoveries of the world. I don't think humanity was ever designed for a situation where blood would boil inside of us, killing us in milliseconds. But when we interact deep at the bottom of the ocean and we get into situations like this, it's incredible what kind of dangers can befall us. Horrors that we couldn't even comprehend a few hundred years ago are now right here for the taking. None of that to say we should never dive or we shouldn't try to go to the bottom of the ocean. I don't mean anything along that. We just have to be very careful of it, because complacency with the vastness of what we're dealing with leads to situations like this. The one upside between all of these men, not counting, Kramer and Saunders, is the 4 inside of the chamber surely died in nanoseconds. I am sure that they died so quickly there was never even a comprehension that they were dying, much less any felt pain or realization. Truls probably lost his brain before his brain could even register that he was moving. To everyone else on the oil rig, it sounded like an incredibly loud blast, and the first people that got there saw the carnage that ensued. As you can imagine, a large investigation went into everything that I just talked about. The Norwegian government initially found that there was no wrongdoing on their behalf, and instead, most of the blame lied on Kramer for unlocking the collar when he did, which is also convenient because he's dead, so there's not really anyone to prosecute. However, people started to ask questions around this entire case. For example, how is this designed in such a way that one guy can just choose to unlock a collar and it causes the death of 5 people? Directly from the coroner's publication about all this, it was tragic that the door between the chambers and the trunk jammed as it did. If the construction of the hinge mechanism had been such that the door would have closed automatically in case of an external pressure drop, these 4 divers and the tender might have survived. And again, while the
Gotta unlock all this stuff real quick. Ooh, I can get my chocobo.
Is that in the days leading up to this,
And no. What is mount?
As a matter of fact, 38% of bell excursions went over 8 hours, which 8 hours is supposed to be the max these guys can be on a job. So yeah, you have a whole crew who's been overworked for days on end. They're getting in from a late shift at 4 in the morning. It's loud, it's rainy, there's construction going, and there's like a string of 3 different people to try to figure out when they're supposed to take the collar off. It's no wonder an accident happened. And while in 1983 there was no reprieve given for the families of the victims, that would all change in recent years. Originally, the Norwegian government stuck to the story that everything that went wrong was the fault of the workers who were there. It was a mistake in protocol, not equipment. That was until more information around the incident came to light. For one, and perhaps most frustratingly, 1 year before this accident happened, there was a new kind of locking collar developed that made it impossible to be unlocked while the trunk was under pressure. Not only that, but it had
That's crazy.
For all
What the hell?
rigs at the time. But the Byford Dolphin got
So let me just
because I
fish
guess
here
it
for a
was
little
so
bit.
big and was working under old tech that it was given a pass and basically told update it when you can. If the pressure resistant clamp had been used at the Byford Dolphin incident, then it would have been impossible for the mistake that was made to have been made in the first place. And on top of that, there were other safety features that were put into place in the industry that the Byford Dolphin just hadn't adopted, again, because it was an older design. Things like gauges on the outside of the structure for the tenders to see what the pressure is inside of the thing they're operating on without
Oh, nothing works on this acne.
Hi. Who? I'm a licensed dermatology provider from Curel.
without trying to hear what the diver says. Or green or red lights outside of the structure indicating what doors were open or shut. Any one of these implements, if put into place, could have saved the lives of 5 people. As a matter of fact, in 2006, it came out that the Norwegian government knew that this was the case with the Byford Dolphin, but that it omitted that information from the initial report after the accident happened. As you can imagine, family members weren't too happy about this. So the family members of the deceased formed the North Sea Diving Alliance, and in 2008, now 25 years after the disaster, finally sued the Norwegian government and won. The amount of money they were granted isn't publicly known, but whatever it was, I promise it wasn't enough. Imagine having like your dad die and then finding out there were like 18 different ways he could have survived and no one wanted to foot the bill. Finally, in 2019, the Byford Dolphin rig would be scrapped. For many, given its hallowed history, this could not have been a moment too soon. Thankfully, the Byford Dolphin taught us a lot, and ever since then, there have been several safety mandates put into place to prevent things like this from happening again. And at least on the bright side, nothing as drastic as the Byford Dolphin incident has happened since. People die in the ocean a lot. That still happens, just not in, spontaneous explosions. At least I hope not. So hopefully, despite all the gore and tragedy, maybe we can learn from it. And maybe you learn something new, like someone's face can just simply come off of their body. I am going to be thinking about that image for a while, but
if Pillbugs give us anything different.
What else is YouTube for? And while I deal with the reality of whatever that means, I just want to say that hopefully you enjoyed the video. And above all else, thank you for watching. I understand that stories like this can be pretty rough, but if you've stuck around this long, I hope you found it at least a little bit interesting. I apologize for some of the uploads lately. They've been kind of short.
Okay.
I mean, they're like 40 minutes, 30 minutes, whatever. Long for most people,
So,
short for me.
nothing.
So I
That's...
apologize for that. I've been everything.
I should probably look at that.
And,
okay.
You know, traveling. I've got like 3 things this month to go to and stuff like that. A lot of good, blessed things happening in my life at once. And sadly, you guys paid the price for that. And I apologize. But I promise the long videos will be coming back soon as I have time to, you know, record them and edit them and all that. They will be making a return. I have not given up on them. I've just given up on them for a time to get done with.
I've got 2 that are not.
But thank you all so much for the support you've been showing on the videos, regardless of that. Thank you so much for the support you've shown on the podcast, on the tours, on the merchandise, on everything. You guys are a blessing. And anytime I have any inkling of an expectation for something, you blow it out of the water. And I can't
Let me
thank you guys enough for that.
go to the other river.
Being in a position where it's like, yeah, whatever I put out there, as long as I'm earnest about it, someone's going to pay attention. And that's just a blessing I can't really describe. Other than to say,
are there multiple parts of the river that count?
I'm going to get to editing this video.
Interesting.
In classic Wendy Goon fashion, I'm recording this like 48 hours before it has to be up, so go me. But I hope you enjoyed. It was good to bring back out the whiteboard. I miss her.
Interesting.
But no, really, I hope that you enjoyed. Once again, get a hold of the poster while you can and unlock early access to the film at the link in the description. The film is going to be free for everyone here in like a couple months from now, around Halloween. We just figured that if you get the poster, you might as well get to see it early, right?
Bro, get this ugly ass fish off my screen, bro.
People just like leaking the whole thing. There will be like, you know, copyright stuff for it until it's free for everyone. And then after that, you can use clips from it wherever you want. We just want to keep it special while it's still special, while not everyone's had the chance to see it. And then after that, you can go wild with it. So check that out. Check out Control. Their link will be in the description as well. Thank you so much for sponsoring the video and for being such a really cool product that I really enjoy. It means a lot. And above all else, thank you all for watching. It means the world.
A lot of Princess Trout.
Hopefully you enjoyed, and I believe that should do it for now. But I just want to say thank you for watching. I hope that you enjoyed.
Oh, Rogue River doesn't have...
See you in the next video. Bye.
Let me see something. Where else would you fish from? Are you able to fish over this? You are. Try these.
Junji Ito is an artist of which a lot has been said. Even if you've never read one of Ito's works, I guarantee you something scary that you like.
I don't know if this would be considered freshwater or not. It's not.
And interesting concepts to come from the darkest places of the human mind are Ito's doing. To the degree that when people say things like Japanese know how to make the scariest stories you can imagine, they're probably referring to Ito in some way. And I myself am a pretty big fan. While I don't have every single work Ito's ever done, I think there's a few more I need to get. I think that I'm pretty close. And while I haven't read all of them yet, I've at least read about half.
Let's see.
I can say that his reputation is well earned. From stories of head-shaped balloons coming to kill people, to giant holes in mountains that humans are compelled to throw themselves into, some of the most outlandish and terrifying concepts come from his mind. And the one that I want to talk about today is one of his most well-known, and in my opinion, one of his most weird. And that story is, of course, Uzumaki. Even if you've never read Uzumaki, like I said earlier, I guarantee you've probably seen an image of it floating around online. See, normally Ito works with short stories, these little contained doses of micro-horror that quickly introduce a character and setting to get a scare across. But Uzumaki, as you can probably tell, is pretty big. All 20 chapters of this relate to the horror of a spiral. And if you're wondering how some of the most terrifying concepts within horror media can be brought about by a shape, then stick around because today we're going to talk about Junji Ito's Uzumaki. I've talked about Ito before on the channel whenever I covered
I'm not at Summerford. Okay.
Work, and I've always been fascinated about his incredibly unique approach to setting up a scare.
So let me...
Normally, authors will use real-world settings or concepts to build up their monster, but it seems that Ito works the other way around and makes the monster paramount to his pieces. But we'll talk about that as we get into the story. Uzumaki has some of the most unsettling depictions I've seen in horror stories. It has some of the weirdest depictions that I've seen in horror stories. So what I want to do today is go through the story of Uzumaki, talk about my favorite parts, talk about my least favorite parts, what works, what doesn't, at least, you know, according to this amateur YouTuber's opinion that doesn't really matter. And I've wanted to cover Ito for a while on the channel as, you know, his own standalone video. So might as well start at one of his most popular. Couple things to note before we start. For one, viewer discretion, because while a lot of the topics we're going to talk about are insane and outlandish, you'll be amazed by how graphic and upsetting some of those images within that setting can be. And two, and most importantly, if you have never read Uzumaki, then I don't want to take that away from you. While I really like the story,
I've got Uzumaki somewhere.
I'm even more excited for you to experience the story firsthand yourself. So read it online, order the book, what have you, and then come back to this video. Because I think it's something really special, and I don't want you to lose the opportunity of experiencing it yourself. So go
Let me just jump down, bitch.
With that out of the way, we're going to go ahead and get into the story, but as always, thank you for watching. Let's give some background about this story before we get into it, so you all can better understand where the story comes from. Ito himself began producing comics in 1987, but the story of Uzumaki didn't come about until over a decade later in 1998. Then, from 1998 to 1999,
it's probably
Uzumaki
Ocean.
was published in Big Comic Spirits Weekly. As a part of that weekly comic strip, every week a new edition of Uzumaki would be released.
Or not.
Again, 19 in the original edition, and then when the full print was put together as one piece, he added a 20th lost issue. From 2001 to 2002, the Viz Media publication known as Pulp put out an English translation of the story for the first time. The publication garnered so much attention in Japan that before it was even translated to English in the year 2000, a live-action film was made, as well as 2 video games that again were both made in the year 2000. At the time of recording, Adult Swim is even making an anime adaptation of the series that is set to be released eventually. So in other words, this story got really popular really fast, and it's not hard to see why. And to understand why it became so popular, why don't I stop yapping and let you see for yourself? I mean, I'm going to keep yapping, just why don't I yap about telling you the story instead of yapping about how I'm going to be yapping about telling you the story. Yeah. Beginning with Chapter 1. It opens with a girl named Kirie
one more
Yoshima
somewhere.
telling us of Kurozucho, a town she grew up in. And through all the insanity we're about to get into, Kurozucho is the center of the story. Kirie lives with her mom, dad, and younger brother, and for the most part, life seems to be simple, at least as of now. Kurozucho is a coastal town that is
The only
built
thing I could
in
think of
the
is maybe down
mountains.
here.
The geography implies the town to be isolated and kind of to itself, but again, as mentioned, life seems to be going easy. Kirie begins to make her way to the nearby train station to see her boyfriend, Shuichi, and as she does, the first strange occurrence of the story happens when, for seemingly no reason at all, a small twister blows right past her. No time to think about that, because
This
right
is
after
over there.
this happens, Kirie sees Shuichi's father crouched down in an alleyway. She gets closer and tries to call out to him, but he doesn't respond. Instead, he is staring intently at a snail. And despite his son's girlfriend standing right there calling out to him, he is transfixed on the shell of this creature. Kirie leads him to it and goes to the train station to see her boyfriend. She mentions that her boyfriend, Shuichi, goes to school outside of the town, and every day after class is over, takes the train to return back to town. This will be important later. Kirie brings up his father's strange behavior, and Shuichi responds by saying, yeah, he's been really weird lately, before abruptly asking Kirie if she'd run away with him. When she asked why, he says it's because something about this town just doesn't feel right. As he's talking about this, a siren begins to sound in the center of town, a noise that Shuichi can't stand. He mentions how he hates the sirens, he hates the dim ocean on the coast, he hates the old abandoned lighthouse, and he hates the mountains that surround the town. He remarks that the town itself is infested with spirals. Now let's pretend that you didn't buy a book that has a giant spiral on the cover. The word uzumaki is Japanese for spiral or swirl. Or let's pretend you didn't click on a YouTube video that had the word spiral in the thumbnail. Those aside, we've already seen a couple hints of this spiral imagery. For one, the opening panel of Kirie in the grass outside of her high school featured these spiral designs in nature itself. And of course, we saw Shuichi's father staring at a snail, the shell of which is, of course, a spiral. Kirie kind of brushes this statement.
Is there a water thing in here? No?
Shuichi's father goes to see Kirie's father. Kirie had mentioned earlier that her father is a potter and is known for making extravagant designs and beautiful imagery within his pottery. So, being very weird about the whole thing, Shuichi's father goes to Kirie's father and asks him to make a bowl with a spiral in it. Shuichi's dad goes on and on about the beauty of spirals, how magnificent they are, and says that money is no object. Kirie's dad, Mr. Goshima, agrees to do it, but everyone is very hesitant about his new spiral obsession. The next day, Shuichi tells Kirie about how bad this obsession has become. Not only has his dad completely transfixed himself with spirals by taking any object he can find that's remotely spiral-shaped and filling his house with it, but it takes up every part of his daily activity.
Oh, I was right. It was in that one thing.
He can just sit around and look at spirals all day. Every time he gets in the bath, he has to stir the water to make it a spiral before he can get in. They had soup one night, and there wasn't any spiral fish cakes in the soup, so he freaked out and had to spin the soup to make a spiral appear before he could calm down. To show Kirie how bad it's gotten, Shuichi invites her over for dinner. Shuichi begins to point out how spirals are infesting the town in other ways. Like the whirlwind I mentioned earlier that just flew by Kirie isn't exactly normal. Not only that, but the rivers that flow through town have these tiny little tide pools in them. The imagery of the spiral is beginning to infect everything. When the two arrive to Shuichi's house, there's a fight going on because Shuichi's mom threw out all of the spirals. The dad is, of course, furious that his wife threw out his new obsession, before stating he doesn't even need those things anymore because he can make spirals himself. And then sure enough, he begins to spin his eyes independently of each other, causing spirals to form within his head. A few days later, Kirie's dad finishes the bowl that he was making for Shuichi's dad. He asks Kirie to deliver it, and begrudgingly, Kirie takes it over. When she gets there, Shuichi's dad says he doesn't need the bowl anymore, because he's found ways to express spirals with his own body. And then, on command in front of this poor child, he rolls his tongue out of his mouth and makes it into a gigantic spiral. Kirie is understandably freaked out by this, and she takes off out the door. As she's leaving, a delivery man is coming by to drop off an order for Shuichi's dad. We don't see what the order is initially, but after this we're told that a few days later, Shuichi's dad died. At his cremation, we find out that the official story is that he died by falling down the stairs. But Shuichi tells Kirie the full story. After this package arrived, Shuichi and his mom couldn't find Dad anywhere. They search through the house before they see a suspicious round box laid on the floor. When they go up to the box and open the lid, they find this. Shuichi's dad, so obsessed with the idea of the spiral, turned himself into one, contorting his body and breaking his bones to make himself into his ideal shape. The process, of course, killing him. Before we have time to process this, people begin to scream and shout to look up into the sky, and as we do, we see that the ashes and smoke of Shuichi's dad is formed into a giant spiral. And with that, Chapter 1 ends. Now, that's a lot, and before we get into Chapter 2, I want to talk about a few things that were prominent or need to be talked about from Chapter 1. Because if you thought Chapter 1 is confusing, like, oh, a guy turned himself into a spiral, that's really weird, I promise you're not ready for where this is about to end up. Because by no exaggeration, the guy twisting himself into a macaroni noodle in a tub is the most normal thing that's going to happen for the rest of the story. Because from here, it's going to get more scary and weird and unexplainable, and you're going to be really confused and either really love it or really hate it, and I don't care.
All right.
So let's talk about a couple of takeaways from Chapter 1. But before we continue talking about something that's terrifying and confusing, let's talk about something else that's also terrifying and confusing, like debt management. I'm sure all of us have some kind of debt, if that's either medical bills or personal loans or credit cards. And living on its own can be pretty expensive, so it's understandable to let what you owe get away
So
from it. But
I'm
now,
probably gonna end for right now. Probably gonna eat something. Alright, I'll see y'all in a little while.